Hi everybody, and welcome back to Kimbo's Comfort Kitchen, and today we're going to do sliders. The difference in these sliders is that they're going to be crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside, which is pretty tough to do when you've got these little tiny circular pieces of beef. But it's not impossible. I'll show you the trick and how to do that, and we're going to put some amazing little toppings on it. And as always, it's the attention to detail. The buns are going to be crispy, patty's going to be perfect. Let's get to the kitchen. All right, so let's start with the patties, and I'll get to other condiments later. But it's egg, salt and pepper, panko, granulated garlic or garlic powder, and ground beef, 85%. Don't get extra lean. It won't be as good. So I'm going to make these into little patties of about 55 grams each, or about 2 ounces, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so to reiterate, I've made 8 patties here. That's between Linda, myself, and my mom, and I've used my scale. It came out to about 56 grams or 2 ounces a piece, and I'm now going to wrap them and put them in the fridge for a bit until I'm ready to go. Talk to you a bit. So in the meantime and in between time, I have put together a bunch of add-ons that I'm going to use for our sliders, starting with the double smoked Tyrolean bacon. And I've got mushrooms, which I sauteed in the residual bacon fat. Yes, bacon fat. Bacon. With Marsala and Danish blue cheese and Danish fontina and American, or Canadian in this case, Canadian cheddar. So these are the items, some of them anyway, that'll be going on there. And we'll go to the next step, which will be, I think, the buns. All right, so as promised, it's the buns. These are brioche mini buns here. And you know what? I find that a lot of times these buns have just got too much bread in them. So what I do is I cut the center out, just like that. And then I got these two. And I'm going to do that with all of these. All right, so I have cut out the middle part on everything. So if you live in the Great White North, like we do in Canada, I put the butter out ahead of time, and I'll spread it out, and I'm going to do all my buns like this, because one of the biggest factors of making this happen is buttering your brioche before you fry them. Yes, I said fry them. So I try to get the butter out right to the edges, and I'm going to do that to all of these, and you'll see why later. Okay? All right, I've got the oven set for 350 degrees on broil, and I'm putting these little babies into the oven for about 8 minutes. And then we're going to take them out and pan fry them. All right, so I have essentially baked these patties for 8 minutes. And now I'm going to fry them under medium-high heat. And what's really happening here is that because I have panko and egg in this, it's going to allow these to crisp up. I'm turning the oven down, by the way, to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. But it allows them to crisp up, and they're still going to be pretty juicy inside, because the egg and the panko together, I know it's counterintuitive, but it actually keeps them pretty juicy. So I'll get back to you. Okay, we're about a minute and a half in. And if you look, There we go. Got that caramelization going on. And now I'm going to do some Danish blue, some Fontina, and some oh, there's my timer, and some Canadian cheddar. And that's going to go in the oven at about 200 degrees while I do the buns. All right, so here's one of the other secrets, and it's a big one, is I'm going to fry the buns. Yes, fry them. They get crispy. I'm going to do 3 of them right now. I'll do the other 3 later. But this is really what makes it at the end of the day. So at the same time that I'm melting the cheese in the oven, oh, and by the way, just so you know, I took the mushrooms that I showed you earlier, and they're also on top of the cheese. All right, so while the cheese is melting and the mushrooms are warming up, I'm going to take these buns and put them on a plate in the oven to keep them warm. And I'm going to do the next set. So the last set are done, and I'm going to put them on another plate. Ouch. And now we're going to start to build. All right, so now we're going to do what we call the hero shot. And that is, take that, which is a fried bun, and I'm going to put my special sauce, which you can get the recipe for that on my website. Special sauce. Sorry. Okay, so it's not a hero anymore. But there you go. And then I'm going to put the patty on top of that. Excuse me. And I'm going to take a piece of double smoked Tyrolean bacon, put that on top of it. And what else am I going to put on there? Oh, well, it wouldn't be complete unless I did this for Linda. And that is a pickle. So there you go. And now we do the top of the bun. And that is a slider. And let me tell you, when you look into this, when you bite into this, it's juicy because we did a reverse sear on it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. It's totally delicious. Pay attention to the details because that's what makes the deal.